YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, back on Total War Attila. I just put together my new desk and have everything situated, so I'm excited. I'm all ready to live stream, basically. I've got 2 monitors now, got my microphone and keyboard, plenty of room for all my setup. Essentially, it's going to make things a lot easier. So yeah, and this is the episode 3, of course, of my Ostrogoth campaign. Where in the last episode you saw a very, what was hopefully very entertaining. Number 1, you got to see me get killed because of a bad, or an unfortunate circumstance, really, probably with some bad decision on my part as well. But also the sad part is I'm not sure if the game saved prior to the West Romans becoming the puppet state of Garamantia, which was absolutely and utterly ludicrous. And I do mean ludicrous. And someone mentioned to me that while in Dacia over here, I could have immediately gotten a mercenary onager. And I'll tell you what, that's a fair point, because then I could just siege all of these walled settlements and get a considerable amount more money from sacking them. So a fair point indeed, and one that I will take in the note, and we'll see if we can find something. So there are already hordes all over the place, and honestly, I kind of want to work my way south again. I still feel more gutsy about taking on the Romans than I do anything else. I do want to go ahead and build the artisan here, and let's see if we can get anything here. Not at the moment. So we must have, let's see if I've got any movement points left. I can't remember where it's saved. Yeah, I do. Let's go ahead and move on down towards Aquilia down there. And let's see if we can stay in 2 different provinces. Yep, we can, while staying within reinforcement range, so that'll help a little bit with the rivalry penalties that come into play. I do have a little bit of money also, and we should probably go ahead and grab us a spy and start getting them trained up. I'm just going to go with the youngest one that has spy master here. That'll be okay. And we can't recruit any other agents at the moment. And that's probably all we need to do. We don't have a whole lot of money or anything else going on here. So I've actually, just in the course of kind of trying these campaigns out, I've actually died a couple of times as a horde. And to be honest, it's kind of fun. Like, you don't normally face the imminent threat of destruction so easily in most Total War campaigns. I accepted their offer. Whoops. So I think I just officially declared war on the East Romans by accident. Oh well, we were going to do that eventually anyway. But yeah, so it's definitely something that's... now I forgot what I was even talking about. Good grief. Oh, yeah, the fact that you can get killed so easy. It's pretty fun. And it looks like the Romans are going to send up several stacks, which is very curious because I didn't know that the Romans had money for armies at this point in the game. Very curious indeed. Because every West Roman campaign that I've toyed around with, if you have 2 full stacks, you're already broke even without the 2 full stacks, so that one's news to me. Sorry, I'm setting up my timer over here as well so I can keep track of how long I've been recording. Alright. Well, depending on what's in those Roman stacks, it might be an opportune time to kill them, but of course that would weaken us up for a Hun attack. So it looks like the Romans have basically just filled out with trashy spear units, which would die pretty convincingly, I think, to the armies that we have. In fact, I kind of do want to take them on, just for entertainment's sake here. I need you to get up here on the edge of the Roman.
On the move, lads.
Is there... I can't move through a Roman spy, really?
Father be praised! How can I help?
Right.
Move out!
Can we move around the Roman spy now?
Tribe!
Thanks.
Ready for battle.
It looks like I would get reinforced at this point. Which units do I have that aren't retrained, and how bad is it? Just a few spearmen. So I have a serious missile advantage, maybe. They've got a couple of levies amature and a couple of hurlers, but I mean, I'm going to have 6
Father be praised!
Germanic bows.
How can I help?
Which are not particularly good bows, and I've got 6 Gothic warband too. which could quite likely break the front of any Roman formation. And then if I had 6 spearmen, so in total, let's see, I've got 6 infantry in each army. The Romans are going to have much more than that. From a cavalry standpoint, I ought to be doing pretty well. These may be scout equites that we can't see. And then they've got a Germanic mounted warband.
Warriors all!
Yeah, I say we just go for it. Just gauge it out, see what happens here. It'll be a challenge for sure. And by the way, if you all hear a lot of mouse noise or anything in this video, I hope you're not. By the way, I've set things up, but if you are, this new desk, I never had a mouse pad before. I need to get one though, so obviously it quiets down the mouse noise. And then I've put the keyboard behind the microphone, so I'm hoping that that cancels out a little bit of the keyboard noise that you could hear sometimes as well. So hopefully we're getting things a little more pure here as far as sound quality. Let's go ahead and start deployment. We're certainly going to want to get on top of this hill and come down at the Romans. So I'm going to absolutely deploy up here. We're just going to hide our troops in these woods to start with.
Warriors, eager for blood!
Let's go ahead and get things started. My guys are going to have to run up the hill and then come down and around at the Romans, so this will take some time. But I definitely feel like it'll be worth it. Also, I'm used to going to the edge of the screen for my rotation, but now that I'm running 2 monitors, it'll work on that one side but not the other, so I need to get used to controlling that with Q and E at this point, which is probably better anyway because it keeps my mouse in the center of the screen. See, I just did it there, going to the edge of the screen. Yeah, I definitely need to get away from that habit. Probably help me. And I suppose I could always turn off the other monitor unless I'm live streaming if it just gets really annoying. Let's see. Oh, well, one of the Roman reinforcing armies is coming right up against my initial force, and we can get a great downhill charge on their position. Let's get this first group in shape to go after the Romans. This will be a perfect opportunity for us.
Deadly missiles ready. Battle ready. Brigand. All right. Missile warriors.
I'm not going to go into flaming shot because all my men are in the forest, and I'm just going to end up setting the forest on top of me on fire. Okay. The Romans look like they're going to deploy on that hill over here, and like I said, this gives me the perfect opportunity to go after their reinforcements here. Whoop. Accidentally triggered my Steam interface there. Okay, we don't want those scout equites to get into our Gothic warband at all. Because any cavalry charge into our Gothic warband is going to be super bad. The biggest worry that I have here is going to be just getting overwhelmed by sheer number of Roman troops. So we're going to have to definitely swing around and then use our javelins in the right opportunities here. Let's bring our general up as well. The scout equites are chasing my Germanic warband. I just want to get around and hit the center. My my Gothic warband are doing fantastic. You can see that these unit flags are actually really bad.
The enemy is going for our general. Protect him.
I'm gonna come on around. My brigands, let's hit these guys. I'm gonna put them on skirmish, give them a fire order. And then let's take these 3 archers and give them a fire order on these pikes. Let's roll around into these levies amaturae before they get my cav. And our Gothic warband are just crushing the Roman center. But now those pikes have moved up into combat where I don't want to hit my own men. So I got my general in there. Yeah, 173 kills there, 120 kills there, 120 kills. These stupid levies amateurs, though, are just running away and continuing to throw javelins. When I say stupid, it's exactly what they should be doing, and that's why it's frustrating. But we are going to get this whole Roman force here. And we're going to kill all these levies amateurs, and we're even going to be able to save quite a bit of ammo in the process. Let's use our brigands into the flank of that cohort. And let's get ready to do some rear charges here. This blob right here is a very tempting rear charge. Our Gothic warband are just starting to get overwhelmed by numbers. One of our Gothic warbands is just absolutely cleaning house. Comes the first rear charge into the back of these Kamita Tensei's spears. It's going to get me plenty of kills. Dang it, some Kamita Tensei's have disengaged, and these stupid levies amateurs didn't die. We need to get into the back of that Germanic band real quick, and we've got to flee from this engagement. Let's see if we can break this Germanic band. I think we smashed the cohort up here. Actually, we may not have, but we're doing well one way or the other. Let's get into the back of that cohort. We managed to rout the Germanic band, and then the Palatina guards is wavering. And that's going to be the enemy general that's going down there. And that ought to help start to crush the morale of the enemy troops here. What happened to my... Okay, we got these other cav units. Let's use these cav units to smash these units that are trying to flee. There we go. Managed to catch these guys from a flank. Let's get back into those Kamita Tensei spears. I don't want any of these guys to escape. I'm losing quite a bit of cav here, unfortunately. Got more Roman infantry trying to come back into the fight. Let's see if we can use these brigands to some effect. There we go. Let's use these levies amateurs to destroy that cohort that's trying to come through. We need to keep this cavalry alive. And let's bust up these returning units. That cohort is gone. I've got more Gothic warband back here that we can pull into this fight. Just keep our missiles away from this pursuing infantry unit. And let's get back into this fight. We've still got a pocket of enemy resistance here. We need to get back into that Germanic band. I need more infantry. Come on up. Yeah, I haven't supported probably quite as good as I could have here. I'll try and get you some more close-ups when we go to fight the other Roman force, because I'll have less to be worried about at that point. So see if we can just bust these guys up and get rid of them. Let's get into the back of all these units here. These Kamita Tensei's ought to break. I don't want to disengage at this point. No, don't throw your spears out there. Okay, so we broke the center. And let's see. My missile units are over here dealing with that cohort. We'll charge them down with some cav here in a minute, but let's just bust up everything that's remaining of the Roman reinforcements here. The only problem with this, it's going to be great. We're going to get a nice victory, but it's going to leave us weakened in case the Huns swoop down on us again, which they very well could. Let's go ahead and put all my skirmish units off of fire will. Same thing there. And we're just going to run down the remainder of these Roman troops. So my Gothic warband just did an absolute number on the enemy, and I've got 4 of them that are still in good shape. If the enemy general is coming alone to reinforce this fight, I'm going to try and get my Gothic warband ready to meet them, and then we can get all of my spearmen up here as well. Let's take them off fire at will. Also, this cohorts, I don't know how this thing's still in the fight. It's not now. Man, I keep trying to do the screen rotate. My bad, folks. Gotta give me a chance to catch up here with the... well, see, I'm doing it still on the other side. It's going to be a hard habit to break, because it's one that I've done for a long time. Let's get all of our levies. Okay, so we absolutely crushed the first Roman force. Our general took a pretty good savaging, but he's still alive, and it's a good thing, because that was our king and the Germanic noble. But he survived with dignity. We're going to go destroy this enemy Palatina guard that's too far from support. And the rest of the Romans are down here on this hill, not really sure what to do. I have a lot of archer ammunition that I'm going to be looking to unload into the back of them. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to bring up these Germanic warband and get some nice downhill charges into this Palatina guard. We'll just crush these guys, and then the Roman will to fight ought to be pretty much broken. We need to catch them quickly, though. And we're going to have to watch out in case there's any scout equites down here. There is 2 of them. Or that's a Germanic mounted warband, so we certainly want to watch out for them. We're going to get a nice rear charge. Actually, the Palatina's turned around, so that's not actually going to go very well for me. I'll take a ton of losses. I need to tighten up my formation a little so I don't overlap them and take as many losses trying to disengage. So now the Palatina guards are going to be forced to turn one direction or the other. And they can't brace from both. So we'll get a nice solid rear charge there. We'll leave ours engaged in the front and then cycle from the rear. I'm taking way more losses here than I feel like I should be, pulling out of the rear of a enemy infantry unit. There we go, we're dropping the Romans pretty hard now. Yeah. Getting a lot of kills on the Romans. So I'm just going to leave my guys engaged for a moment longer. It seems like they're doing pretty well on the Romans routing, so rather than disengage and take losses, I'll just let my guys see if they can finish that fight. And they did. So the enemy general dead. Will be shortly. His men are fleeing here. I'll try and get some close-ups now that I can afford to. Yeah, you can see this fight take place. Well, that's pretty sweet looking, that mountain in the background. Kill the enemy general, please. There's a couple of the men that have kind of come away down this way, and it's kind of slowing my progress in killing them all. Come on. Finish them off. I want to see the enemy generals dead here. That notification's really... Man, I gotta quit going to the edge of the screen to rotate. Alright. Let's put these guys all in a line here, and then let's put all of our spearmen on the flank so that we've got a solid line to work with. Some of these units took some savaging in that first fight, but that's okay. They'll live. So let's bring our infantry down, and let's move all of our archers into one group as well. And then I want to get my brigands that still have ammo. I want them to lead the way and do some skirmishing. And then I want my archers to follow up from behind with flaming shot. Keep these cavalry out of the arc of fire. And the enemy general lives with only 3 men remaining. It's utterly, completely ridiculous. I'll catch him after he routes past the enemy army, so I'm going to bring that cavalry all the way down. And then I need one of my generals down here. I'll bring them both up. And I'm going to leave the units I don't need up here in the woods.
Our men have given up and are running for their lives.
Yeah, I don't intend to let that general get away. 3 men left in the unit. He's going to die. I've got a massive number of kills on some of my units, though. 333 kills in this Gothic warband. I'm surprised those guys aren't like platinum chevroned at this point. That enemy general is trying to get to the red line. I'm going to try and get around him and get to him. I really want him dead. My cavalry is probably quite tired.
A unit is running from the enemy!
Oh, one of my Gothic warband that was beat up is trying to rout. Okay, get over here fast. That enemy general's making a beeline for the red line. Look at him turning away from my incoming cav. He knows what doom awaits him. And I am going to be pretty mad if indeed that general is one of these 3 men left. That the AI is trying to get him away alive like that. I'm surprised my general hasn't died with only 86 men remaining.
Cowards!
Okay. So we're trying to kill these 3 men. And the AI is trying really hard to not let me kill these 3 men since they're completely mobbed by cavalry. And one of them has yet to die. And I really don't want to take a downhill charge from that scout equite. Seriously? Kill him! This must be their general. No? Did their general die and it just didn't give me a message?
A unit is
We're
running
about to
from
find
the
out if
enemy.
this is the general. The literally last man standing. He looks just like a regular soldier though, so I don't know. Well, we never did get a general's dead message, so he must have died earlier. Alright, well, one way or the other, the Roman dog is dead. That's the way us Goths like our Roman dogs. Yeah, I'm gonna run up and do some downhill skirmishing here. And I need to let my cav get up here and rest. Okay, so my infantry's moving downhill. We're gonna get nice downhill engagements versus the Romans. Our healthy Gothic warband ought to do extremely well. And this is the type of engagement they excel at, and honestly, the sooner we can get more of those guys, the better. They're not very tanky, but man, they can dish out the damage. Lots of it. So... okay, let's go ahead and back up to here. Yep, the enemy horsemen are probably going to try and get into... Alright guys, let's get a downhill cav charge here. Okay, go ahead and ignore that because my guys are going to engage. Let's get into that mounted warband. Fire at will. I'll let my levies get some shots off here. Go ahead and skirmish. Gothic warband charge. Oh, really? Oh, now they're going to go straight for my archers. He would. Scout crap we take. We're going to kill it. And then I didn't get charges with my... oh, crap. No, wrong unit. Okay, the scout equite is about to rout. I need to get a charge with my Gothic warband. It's okay if my skirmishers eat it. We can probably rechain them. Let's just go ahead and get the rest of our units moving.
The men are broken and running for their lives.
There we go. So, we finished off the scout equite. Let's get over here. Probably want to... yeah, the Roman units are dropping pretty fast due to morale damage. And we are tanking out some serious kills. But our Gothic warband is going to just get overpowered over here. We got to get some infantry around to it fast for support. Or some cav. These guys are getting crushed by weight of numbers. I'm going to have to send this weakened cav after the food of Torres. And we'll send one over here to... actually, we'll start chasing these guys down and we'll just use these infantry to support.
The men are running, cowards!
Let's pull these bowmen over here. Yeah, my Gothic warband here is probably going to rout. And then we're going to end up on a downhill or an uphill engagement here, which is not ideal. But let's see if we can get in here and save them. I've got plenty of units. Okay. Let's get a close-up of some of this fighting. Kind of watch my Gothic warband here. The enemy's throwing a few javelins in at me. Yeah, I can see my Gothic warband. Wow, that background's beautiful. Gothic warband getting in here and chasing these guys down. Got some Roman levies amateur that are
Battle is turning in our favor.
leveling quite a bit of fire in my direction. Let's go ahead and continue the battle for now. And just start chasing down the enemy with everything we got. Pursue. That Gothic Warpan, 429 kills. Those guys are MVPs. So yeah, we're just going to keep running down Romans. This isn't going to be worth it if we don't chase down as many Romans as possible and just destroy them. So I'll use my faster archer units and stuff to see if we can by chance catch these guys, and then as soon as my cavalry frees up from all this killing like they have now, I'll go over here and get in front of the fleeing units. That Germanic spear is pretty much ruined, or the Comita Tensei spear. Let's just keep chasing. We need to get in front of this big ball of routing units. Yeah, they're going to try and get to the red line. I want to cut them off. I'm going to need these guys over here where there's more men. Come on, get down here. Got to cut these men off. There we go. Want to get in front of them and push them back the other way. There we go. Kind of worked. I can't seem to stop this unit, though. It's going to get away from me, so just attack these guys as you're right in the middle of them. So unfortunately, not getting a whole lot of kills here for some reason. All these guys are escaping with a lot of men. I'm going to go ahead and shoot these guys with my archers since I can't seem to catch them. That ought to kill a fair few of them. Yeah, we managed to get a decent number of them killed with the archers. So I'd say we've pretty well got this wrapped up. Just here killing as many of these. Let's refocus our targets here. Actually, let's just take our riders this way and focus. Let's kind of spread out our archers a little bit and shoot those Comita Tensei spears. We're going to get to kill a fair number of these guys, so almost 500 kills on my cavalry as well. This is going to be a massive defeat of the Romans. Nice big fight. And definitely worth our... Oops. Yeah, keep focusing here, please. We're going to target these guys. It's going to be weird, though, because see, they're like targeting this... Oh, whoops, that is one guy. Oh, wow. That guy just got murdered. These Comita Tensei spears, though, are split up all over. I don't even know if the archers are going to know how to shoot at them because they try and aim at the center of the unit, and the center of the unit's all screwed up. Yeah, they're kind of shooting each other just a little bit. They don't know where to aim. So we'll just go ahead and end this battle. Cost-effective killer. That's what I like to hear as a logistics engineer. Except typically just the cost-effective part without the killer. But in Rome 2, I'll go ahead and allow them to put that, that in line on there. So, great victory over the Romans. We're going to massively defeat 2 of their armies. But the unfortunate thing is, now we're going to need to do quite a bit of retraining, but we basically completely destroyed one stack and most of another. And then I'm going to take on warriors from amongst the Romans to replenish my ranks a little faster. So that'll kind of teach the Romans who's boss around here. Clearly not them. So I'm going to actually move... actually, it's because we just sacked that place that I think I'm getting crappier food. Being right here with the rivalry penalty is not going to hurt me that bad. Let's just hope the Huns don't catch up with this. That's my biggest worry at this point, because now we're all weakened from having beaten the Romans down pretty substantially. So, let's see. This is where we're building the artisan, which is going to be great. Let's see if we can start to level up this spy. We don't have a ton of money to do so, but we have enough. Yeah, good, we were successful. But it wasn't enough to rank us up. just yet. Anyway, that's all I have time for now. Hope you all enjoyed this episode of the Ostrogoth game. Actually, I did level up. It just took a while to show it. Scout ahead. Where's Assassinate? This is what we need, so we're going to have to use our first ones to unlock Assassinate next time. Anyway, like I said, hope you all enjoyed this one. HeirofCarthage, signing off for now.